All right, we had a plain bit of a mix-up. It was a mistake from a rookie, but you know what? I'm going to fix it all up. We're going to go slightly back over the first part just so I have it on recording on my podcast, which I will be doing soon. So if you miss episodes, you can catch up. But I'm just going to go over this really quick, and then we'll go back to the plain interview. So... sorry. I'm scrambling in the radio, huffing and puffing. The northern leopard frog uses its eyes to swallow. Whoa, don't be square. I'm on the air with Blair, the organizer of Berea's First Friday. Hey, what's up? Could you explain to the audience exactly what Berea's First Friday is?
Absolutely. Thanks for having me on here, by the way. First Friday is the biggest party in Berea. We shut down the streets in Old Town, in the Old Town Artisan Village, and we bring in the farmers market and arts and crafts vendors and local food vendors, and we put music and performances on the cabin porch. This is our third year. We did 6 months the first 2 years, and this month the weather in October is a little iffy in Kentucky, so we decided that September would be our finale. So that's happening on Friday.
All right. Now with the ability and the magic of music editing, right here I will be playing the songs that would have played had I been recording before. And silent pause.
Daddy's car is zigzagging up the dirt road. He got a belly full of liquor, the devil got a hold. But he brung a pretty present, set it high on the fridge of death. Oh, where that young'un can't touch it, you know she'll just break it, I swear. Little pink radio, little pink radio, shoot a devil out the door, little pink radio. Mama's got a black eye, she's staring out the window. She puffing on her pale mail, her coffee getting colder. She big and fat and pretty, better than a movie star. Mama sweet foot tapping to the sound of the soft guitar. Little pink radio, little pink radio, shoot a devil out the door, little pink radio. attract you. Empty pockets full desires will set your fields on fire. But the money lender's offer still distracts you. Without credit, only Satan will still back you. When you moved in upstairs, you commenced to put on air. Your old car wasn't good enough to drive in. But this world will pass away, and you've many a debt to pay. Despite the luxury that you thrived in, you'll go out in the body you arrived in. Yes, you will. Avaricious blues, from your head down to your shoes. You act like you ain't heard the news. Everything you win, you lose. Set your blood to sing. You're ever sinking deeper in the mire. Though once you had not, by now too much you've got. It's a disease of the heart that acquires. That gold around your neck will turn to fire. Avaricious blues, from your head down to your shoes. You act like you ain't heard the news. Everything you win, you lose.
My mama was a she-wolf, my daddy was a bear. I'm 200 pounds, toot and crawl, covered over with hair. Half fire, half smoke, other half thunder. I'm what you might call the eighth wonder. Look out, boys, get out of the way, ladies, get in line. I ain't perfect, but I'm close to my dying if I'm lying. Look out, boys, get out of the way, ladies, get in line. I ain't perfect, but I'm close to my dying if I'm lying. Yeah. Waiting wildcats, I eat a ton of taters, more than a flicker in my mouth, floating alligator. Look out, boys, get out of the way, ladies, get in line. I ain't perfect, but I'm close to my dying if I'm lying. Look out, boys, get out of the way, ladies, get in line. I ain't perfect, but I'm close to my dying if I'm lying. I can sit upon a hornet's nest, dance upon my head, wrap a wrap around my neck, and then I'd go to bed. Look out, boys, get out of the way, ladies, get in line. I ain't perfect, but I'm close to my dying if I'm lying. Look out, boys, get out of the way, ladies, get in line. I ain't perfect, but I'm close to my dying if I'm lying. I'm a dying if I'm lying. I'm a dying if I'm lying.
All through the winter, all through the night, I wait and wait by widows watch a window for your light from the house by the sea for my love to return to me. The springtime has her snow. I have you and I'll watch you go into your life. And from where I stand, I'll find your wrong, you'll find your right. I didn't mean to let you down. I didn't mean to go so far from town. I know you love those songs I sing. Knew me, knew me.
All right, come back with some applause. We're back, kind of. And I was also wondering, tell us what acts are playing at Berea First Friday.
This week we have Dana Sipos. Dana is a Canadian folk singer who is going to be here. We have Hope Nunnery. Hope's, I'm really excited about her set. She has a background in like Baptist gospel music and blues. So I'm really looking forward to listening to her. The Jeff Richey Experience are going to be playing. Some of the Berea College students probably recognize Jeff Richey's name. He's a professor here at the college. And then we have Zoey Speaks. Zoey Speaks is made up of Carla Gover, Mitch Barrett, and Owen Reynolds. They were around a few years ago, and a lot of folks here in Berea know them very well. They've recently got back together. They're touring again, and they're kicking off kind of that new tour. Here just in the last couple of weeks, I guess they've been doing that. So they're going to be back on stage at First Friday, and then they are going to be joined by, and kind of an interesting transition into a band called The Sisters, which is made up of Mitch and Carla's daughter, Zoey, of Zoey Speaks. So they're going to be there, and they're going to be playing for the Fire Show as well at the end.
Oh, wow. Okay, that sounds like an amazing set. Now, also, what is kind of the mission and the goal behind Berea First Friday?
We got started with this project because there was a lot of talk about the Old Town district. 3 years ago when we started this, there were a ton of empty storefronts. It was before the Artist Accelerator program had kicked off, and we were looking to start a business down there, and we wanted to help to revitalize that area. And that's kind of where the mission came from, where we started it, was to bring a lot of life back into Old Town, since it seemed to be on the decline. And we also wanted to see what we could do to try to help strengthen community relationships, give people a regular gathering space, use it for social and political networking opportunities, and highlight all the things that we think make Berea really wonderful and diverse. And we have a lot of attention on a social justice focus, which is, ties into the mission of Berea College and the town's foundings. And so we're trying to pay homage to that with our event. And we have an amazingly rich musical heritage here. and we wanted to highlight that as much as possible.
That is wonderful. That's a great message. Now, I have to say, anybody who's in Berea, whether it be a guest, someone from the town, a local, or even a student who's coming over here, please, when you get the time, explore Berea. I did it over the summer, and it was amazing. There's a lot of little shops and little art places, and it's fun just to look around and get to know some of the people. And over my show, I'm going to try to show some of these various festivals and everything that's going on, because no matter where you're at, always explore your resources. Know what's out there. Know the layout of the area.
We're a small town, but we've got a lot going on. There's a lot of entertainment options for folks. There's a lot of wonderful natural, cultural assets that we have, and yeah, there's a lot to explore here.
I mean, there's many art exhibits if you're really into art. There's plenty of flea markets, thrift stores, and antique shops. And there's some little curiosity areas here and there too. It's a fun place to be. It really is. Now, could you tell us about the history of Berea's First Friday? Like, when did it all start? And if it had like a different purpose at the beginning or any of that.
Okay. In January of 2014, we were visited by a woman, Judy Sizemore. Judy Sizemore is known in many circles as the grant whisperer around here. She is an amazing grant writer and has a lot of focus on the fine arts. She was doing some consulting work for the Tourism Commission, and she was focused on the Old Town District and whether it was on the decline or what could be done to kind of save it. And so she met with us because we were in the process of opening a restaurant on Adams Street, the Village Trough. I'm one of the co-owners of the Village Trough. And she met with us to see what our plans were for the restaurant. And during that conversation, we started talking about how we wanted to bring kind of the First Friday movement, which is a national movement, to Berea. And we felt like that would be something that would be really wonderful for the Old Town District. It was set up for that. We thought that the cabin porch would make an awesome stage, and it would be easy to shut the streets down if our crowd got big enough to require that. And I'm from East Tennessee and would go into Knoxville regularly for the First Friday events down there. They kept the galleries open late, and it was the time for people to come and socialize and get to see folks. And so I said, well, how can we kind of bring that here on a smaller scale and do that in Berea? And I asked Miss Judy if those Tourism Commission meetings were open to the public, and she said that they were. And so we went a couple of days later, got to experience her presentation. And then I said, well, why not just contact the director of tourism, at the time was Belle Jackson, and see if I can set up a meeting with her and kind of pitch this idea for this block party. And had successful couple of meetings with her, got on the agenda for the Tourism Commission, and went in and asked them for some money, some funding for these events. And I was very new to town at that time. No one knew me, and they decided to take a risk and gamble on a bunch of newbies, and said, let's give you 3 months worth of funding and see what you can do, with the goal of bringing bodies into Old Town. And our first event, we had about 400 or so people show up. That was 3 weeks after we received funding, and with only social media advertising. We had about 400 folks show up. And then we did 3 events. July was our biggest event, and we went back in and asked them for more funding, and they gave us 3 more months. So we were able to do May through October in 2014. We came back in 2015 with more funding from the Tourism Commission, did another 6 months. And then this year, we were a little bit more on our own at the beginning with the funding. The Tourism Commission kind of changed how they were doing grants and which programs they were supporting. And so we have gotten a little bit of support from them. We've also been sponsored by MACID, by Heister Yale, by Mountain Tech Media, which we've had a really great partnership with them. And then also the Clear Creek Festival folks, which helped us last September, and they're here to kind of partner with us for this September event.
Could you talk about them a little bit? I will be hoping to maybe interview them later in the year, maybe next year, due to relevancy. But please talk about Clear Creek a little bit for us.
Well, Clear Creek is the reason why I'm in Berea now, why I moved from Tennessee. So if we want to get really technical about it, Clear Creek Festival is the reason why First Friday Berea is happening. I came up 5 years ago, I guess it was, and taught workshops at their festival and performed there. I'm a hula hooper in another life, and a fire spinner, and enjoy that flow arts lifestyle very much. And so I was invited to come and partake in their festival. It's a healing arts focused festival, heavy on the social justice mission, racial justice mission. They are in Rockcastle County. They have been doing this, I think they're calling this their 15th year. Actually, Mitch Barrett and Carla, who I spoke of earlier, Zoey Speaks, they started the Clear Creek Festival 15 years ago. And so I came to the festival, loved it, felt like it was the most heart that I had ever experienced in one space, and was determined to kind of take what I learned, what I gleaned from that weekend back home. Seemed like it was a retreat for a lot of activists and a lot of folks doing a lot of social justice work. That was heavy on theater performance, heavy on improvisation and collaboration, and it's a very unique, beautiful venue. They are an off-grid festival. There's composting toilets. They have solar-powered sound system, stage system, light system, and it was really wonderful. So I came back for my second year and met a boy, and a few minutes later he decided, Berea is the place that you should come and move your family. It's a really good place to be, and so I took his advice and moved to Berea. And so that's a large part of why I'm here now, was being there at that festival. We worked out this really great partnership with them last year, in which they were trying to do more outreach to the town of Berea and trying to figure out how to let more people know about their festival and to kind of include people in those circles. And so they reached out last year and said, what about if we do our Friday night lineup of entertainment in the city of Berea at First Friday, and then invite everybody back out to our place following the event at First Friday, and they have programming on Saturday and Sunday. And so we worked out that for last year. It was very successful. I think they really enjoyed it, and we did too. We were able to bring in some different artists as a result of their network, and so we decided to do it again for this year.
All right. Now, is there anything you'd like to say before you go? Any particular thing you'd like to talk about before you have to leave?
Well, one point that I would like to say is if anybody has been paying attention to the political climate here in Berea, it kind of mirrors a lot of what we see in the national politics. There is some divisiveness. There is some us versus them kind of going on, and especially gearing up for an election coming up very soon. And one of the things that we really want to do is, we know the power of music. We know the power of art and bringing folks together, and we want to see First Friday continue to be a place where the whole town can come together, where we have something for everybody, no matter your background or your belief system or your political views. And we want to make it a family-friendly place. We've always tried to maintain that very strongly, and we would love for more segments of the community to come down and check it out. We would love to see everybody there.
All right, that's truly a wonderful message, and thank you so much for organizing the event and helping to get it started. Thanks to everyone else who has, anybody who's been in production, anybody who's played there. And you know what? If you came to a First Friday, thank you too, because this community needs that. It's really nice for everybody to talk and have conversation. Now, I'm going to play a little bit of music from the different groups that are going to be playing there, so you can get a little bit of idea of what they're going to play and gauge whether, whether you want to come even more so. It's a great show. It's going to be really nice. So come on down. So next up, we're going to have Noomi by Dana Sipos, a great little track.
All through the winter, all through the night, I wait and wait by widows, watch a window for your light from the house by the sea, for my love to return to me. The springtime has her snow. I have you and I'll watch you go into your life. And from where I stand, you'll find your wrong, you'll find your right. I didn't mean to let you down. I didn't mean to go so far from town. I know, oh, you love those songs I sing now. Knew me, knew me.
Her house is warm, her baby's fed, but there's too much room in pretty Peggy's bed. The candles are out and the clock is wound, but there's no sleep for pretty Peggy when she lays her body down. A parade of soldiers, 10,000 or more. Only one comes a-knocking on Peggy-O's door. He speaks of God and country and defending peace, but there's no peace for pretty Peggy-O. And she falls down on her knees. Oh, the flag lies sealed in his wooden chest, like the sorrow in pretty Peggy-O's breast. Well, you can sing your hymns when the war is done, but there's no song for pretty Peggy-O. She's a widow much too young. There's a picture on the altar of her sacrifice. She looks at him with her little boy's eyes. lost his father, she lost her man. But there's no time to weep for Peggy, oh. She must do the best she can. Her house is warm, her baby's fed, but there's too much room in pretty Peggy-O's bed. The candles are out and the clock is wound, but there's no sleep for pretty Peggy-O. When she lays her body down,
Show.
It's the Ramblin' Man back on the air. I hope there's some people out there listening. Now, I'm going to do a few plugs that Allie was wanting. There's a whole lot going on in the community. And if you want to learn more about First Friday, you can always look on their website, firstfriday@berea.com. They have a Facebook as well. And if you're interested in clearcreekfest.org or Clear Creek Fest, you can go check out their website as well. Now, I'm going to be playing us another track. Now, how about, have you, let's think here. You ever seen your, alright, I messed up that completely, but anyways, we're going to go to Sacred Yard. Ramblin' Man rambling on in a blunder.
Outside my front yard, I got a plastic rooster and a Noah's Ark. Camel bells from a foreign land, crystal ball on a terracotta stand. Jesus' cross is hanging in the trees, Tibetan prayer flags blowing in the breeze. Rub my lucky yard gnome as you walk past, my concrete Buddha laughing in the grass. Wipe your feet before you step from your car, you're on hallowed ground, you're in my sacred yard. Holy water in the bird bath to wash your sins, now you're forgiven. Come on in. I got a silver star David and a stained glass moon, sentimental objects hanging in my room. Everything is sacred, every breath of air. Be careful what you're thinking, every thought's a prayer. It's the ordinary people you talk to every day, incantations and prophecies from the mouths of babes. You can talk about the weather or the food you crave. It's the feelings you project, not the words you say. Wipe your feet before you step from your car, you're on hallowed ground, you're in my sacred yard. Holy water in the bird bath to wash your sins, now you're forgiven. Come on in. If you're searching for happiness, try not to look so hard. Take you a lawn chair, go out in the yard, stare straight up at the sky so blue. Yeah, God's in heaven, but heaven's in you. Wipe your feet before you step from your car, you're on hallowed ground, you're in my sacred yard. Holy water in the bird bath to wash your sins, now you're forgiven. And I'm forgiven. Well, we're all forgiven. Come on in. Come on in. Howdy, St. Pete. Wipe your feet.
Okay, the Ramblin' Man is back. Now, you know, Aquadarity might get me, but I gotta swear adaptability is my boon. And I've gotta talk a little bit more about Clear Creek Festival. Now, it will be going on afterwards, after the First Friday. They'll have a little midnight open mic. It's located in Rock Castle. You can go to their site to look up where exactly it is. There's gonna be a communal meal and some music Saturday as well, and on Sunday they're gonna have some programming, music, dance, and workshops. It's just gonna be a fun time that whole weekend. Now, the forecast, you know, I like meteorology. You know, the forecast, I'm looking at it, and it says that it's partly cloudy. The degrees is around 80, the humidity is around 60, wind miles at 10. But they say 0% chance of precipitation. I don't think they're right about that, because I gotta say, in my forecast, I have rain.
rain? Have you been hanging with the clouds again, turning yourself into the shapes that they make? You smell like dust. Have you been hanging with the stars again, sitting with them, sipping on their moonshine? All this time thought you were an earth walker, but really you're just a stalker in the skies. You smell like a storm. Have you been hanging with the warm wind again, moving through me and moving through the trees? And you smell like snow. Have you been hanging with the winter again, falling softly, settling on the ground for now? There's no need to lie to me. I know where you've been. Secret is safe as the wind. Just wanna know before you go where. Keep your ladder hidden. Looked in the bog and I've looked in the glen. Smell like a dream. Have you been walking the seams again, between a waking life and a waking dead? And you smell like the night. Have you been hanging with the shadows again? And oh, when the light dances on your skin and presses against mine, honey, it's divine. All this time thought you were an earth walker, but really you're just a stalker of my skin. You smell like dew. Have you been hanging with the morning again? Tips of blades of grass do glow. And you know, whoa, whoa, you smell like wet earth. Have you been hanging with the rain again? There's no need to lie to me. I know where you've been. Secret is safe as the wind. Just wanna know before you go where. Keep your ladder hidden. Looked in the bog and I've looked in the glen.
Come for me leaving, I'll bid this world adieu. Don't spend your money for flowers, just a rose will do. I'm a-going to a beautiful garden after this life's work is through. Don't spend your money for flowers, just a rose will do. I don't want no weeping and wailing when I have passed away. Just have some old time singing as they lay me 'neath the clay. I'm a-going to a beautiful garden after this life's work is through. Don't spend your money for flowers, just a rose will do. Just have an old-time preacher to preach the gospel so true. Don't want no fancy decorations, just a rose will do. I'm a-going to a beautiful garden after this life's work is through. Don't spend your money for flowers, just a rose will do.
Oh, we're back, and I gotta say, Berea College, you know a little thing about money. I mean, you know where you really hurt a man? When you punch him right in his wallet. And I've gotta say, there's more that I need to plug. Now, monthly there's a spotlight that the town does, and right now it's for Kentuckians for the Commonwealth. They're going to be at the Folk Center from 3 to 5. There's going to be a little bit more music. Some of the same people who are playing over this will be there as well. And they're going to have a voter empowerment rally. So if you really do want to look into that, please check them out. Now, sometimes people will be raving, you know, all they are is talking about Maimon, those papers, those bills. We need them for everything, you know. Money's our God.
We work hard for what we got. Seems like we just need a lot. The debts keep rising above our heads. I wish that we could save instead. Say money's our God, makes our decisions. But if money's our God, I want a new religion. Take care, carpool, traffic jam. Daddy's working late again. Our kids are raised by someone else. I'd rather be with them myself. Say money's our God, makes our decisions. But if money's our God, I want a new religion. I fall down on my bills and pray we'll get out of this debt someday. How much stuff do we think we need? Grandma would have called it greed. Tell me what we're working for. I never see you anymore. Say money's our God, makes our decisions. But if money's our God, I want a new religion. Say money's our God, makes our decisions. But if money's our God, I want a new religion.
myself at home. In my hands, in my heart, I was lost right from the start. Oh, have mercy on me. I didn't mean to fall for you like I did. So I bid you farewell. Down to the cellar of my heart you go. 'Cause I knew loving you would be my undoing, but I was blinded, following you down. And all that we are left with now, misgivings about how pieces of paper made a bargain bird dictate you love her. Oh, have mercy on me. I didn't mean to play the fool and to stoop oh so low to break the cardinal rule. And all that we are left with now is misgivings about how pieces of paper made a bargain bird dictate how you love her.
Okay, it's the Ramblin' Man. Now, I've got to say, please look into going to Berea First Friday. It is a wonderful event. There's great food, great music, great times to be had there, and great things for sale on the street. Just a lot of stuff to see. Now, I messed up earlier, but I want to leave you all with a message before I go. Just remember, you could start out all over every day. Every day is a new day. You start out rub-a-dub-dub, squeaky clean, and you're ready to go back into the world no matter how mean it gets. All right. Well, to leave you with that message, I'm going to play You Can Start All Over by the Jeff Richey Experience, a local group from one of our professors, Mr. Jeff Richey himself, or Professor Jeff Richey himself. And thank you for listening. Ramblin' Man out. Stick with us for the track.
Life's a risk, a dare, a bet. I'm always glad, but I forget. Sometimes circumstances let our minds remember this. The stars shine bright in a grateful sky. The view is good from a grateful eye. Life is hello, not just goodbye. What's on your bucket list? Everything is ending, but not yet. You can start all over if you let it. Don't forget it. shine on me. I'm counting on your sympathy. It's getting dark, too dark to be outside here by myself. We make the way by walking it. We find the word by talking it. Sometimes we get so full of it, we need a little help. Everything is ending, but not yet. You can start all over if you let it. Everything is ending, but not yet. You can start all over. You can start all over. You can start all over if you let it. Everything is ending, but not yet. You can start all over if you let it. Everything is ending, but not yet. You can start all over. You can start all over. You can start